So I recently ran across something that was pretty interesting. I did a submission to Apple's App Store, and I got this message back saying that my app had uploaded successfully to the App Store, but there's a couple of things that were flagged that Apple wanted to address. So I took I copied the text here, and if we take a look at it, I put it here in this blog post that I made. But essentially what happened is in the submission, it said that as part of the App Store review, it was successful, but there's some things I might need to address having to do with Apple's privacy policy. And so what came up was these missing API declarations. And there was one here that was for file stamp, and there's another one here for API category user defaults. So I just want to show kind of a quick example of what might trigger that inside of your application. So in this application right here, this is actually a SwiftUI application. But if I come over here and I add in this this new property with the app storage, this actually is going to use the user defaults. And so user defaults is like a built-in dictionary that you can use inside of your application for storing, very simple values. And so if you want to be able to address this, the way you can do that, it's actually pretty easy. And so what you can do is inside of your Xcode project, if you come over here to File, and then you select New, let's see here, New File. And if we scroll down here, we'll get to the resource section. You'll see there's this option here called App Privacy. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to select that. And it's going to create a file called privacy info. Make sure you don't change that. We want to keep that. And now it's just added this app privacy section here. And so if we want to go ahead and add, let's say, an API setting for this specific type of feature, namely user defaults, what I can come over here and do is I can go over here and I can add, hold on a second, it's not letting me add. There we go. So right here, it gives me the option here of picking privacy accessed API type. So I'm going to select the API type. Now that I've done that, I'm going to expand that, and we have an item here, and that's because this is an array. So I'm going to add a new item, and then that item, actually, it added an additional item that I don't need yet. Oops. So let's go here and expand that, and so I'm going to add a privacy accessed API type, and that creates a string. So if I come over here, I can say I want to use user defaults. And now I'm going to add an additional one here. And this gives me the API reasons. This is actually an array. I just need one item here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select, since we're accessing the file system, it says right here there's these different user defaults options here. There's one here, access info from the same app group per documentation. There's also these different options here for third-party access and accessing a managed app configuration. In this case, we're just going to be accessing data inside of the application. So I'm just going to say access info from the same application per documentation. And that creates this CNIU2.1. And that's essentially all you need to do to be able to create a privacy manifest. So the next time you go and upload your application to the Apple's App Store, and you are accessing, something with the file system or if a timestamp, this is how you can add that very easily. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can give it a thumbs down, but I prefer a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel. I can do more content like this. Have a nice day.